Now in this video, we're going to focus on adding in the final details and highlights to our character. In this stage, we're just going to fine-tune it and add detail wherever necessary. Now to add highlight to my character on a new layer, which we're going to add an overlay filter to, let's select a white color and using your brush lightly paint in some highlight toward the bottom of her face. Not too much, just around her chin area. And then we also want to bring in a little bit of that highlight toward her nose area, specifically on the bridge. Let's add a little bit more of that highlight on her eyes as well. And now let me just go in there and fix her left eye. I think that it is a little too close to the outline of her face. And this is what this final stage is for, you know. That's why I don't like to add in too much detail right away in the beginning, because when you actually look back at your finished piece, there's always going to be some aspects of it that need changing. So as long as I don't have too much detail added, those kind of changes can be an easy and quick fix. Using a light gray brush at full opacity, and I'm going to kind of put this on a layer that is behind all my other layers, and I'm going to use multiply. That way I don't end up painting over anything. And if I end up painting over her skin, it might look like there's a bit of a shadow on it. Just erase it out. And I want to create like I have a veil going behind her, kind of coming from her headdress. So I'm just going to very loosely paint it out. And this also frames my character very nicely, if you notice that. Now I want to add a slightly darker gray on top of that, just to indicate a shadow and add some depth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Command or Control E and then select the layer that this veil is on. What this does is it creates an automatic selection mask around my shape. That way when I add in the darker gray, I don't end up going over any of the lines or repainting over her face again. Again on another layer, using a brush that again has a lot of spacing in between to give that round beaded kind of feel, I'm just going to draw some very light colored lines, just to indicate like as though that there's a pattern on her veil. Nothing too intense since we already have so much detail all over our character. And that is it. This is the tutorial for how you paint a character concept sketch just like I do for my own characters. I hope that this technique was easy and simple to follow. Please visit tutpat.com to view more tutorials just like this.